Hey guys, today I want to give you some advice on what to do in your first job or what you should be looking for in your first position as an engineer or just any position in general. I'm talking about engineering because of experience. So, what you want to do in your first job is don't worry too much about salary. Yes, you don't want to be underpaid, but salary is not as important as it seems at the beginning. The first 1 or 2 years of your career, or your professional career as an actual engineer. What you want to do, you want to work for someone that you admire, or someone that or a company that you're gonna be learning a lot about what you like. For example, for me, when I graduated from my master's degree, from my bachelor degree, I started working in something like construction management. And I mean, it's okay, but it's not really what I wanted to do with my life. So I was working there for a while, and I just decided that it wasn't for me. And I just started looking for something to do within structural. I started my master instead, and then after I graduated, I decided I'm just gonna do structural. I'm not gonna do anything else. I wasn't I wasn't educated in a structural career. It was just civil general, but I always wanted to do structural. So I decided to look for a job in structural, and I started looking for people that I might want to work for. So I started looking for companies, like what were the best structural companies, who were the best engineers to work within my area or within the state that I lived in. So I started reaching out to these people, get to know them, see if they were looking for positions, start applying. And my first position came after 2 months after I graduated. I got a position with a former professor, and he's a really, really good structural engineer, very well respected, and I learned a lot from him. Like every job, there's things that you like, there's things that you don't like, but in general, I learned so much. So that's what you want to do, at least in your first position. You want to get to know the roles, how the business works, how everyone manages their thing. And also one thing that, some people might not like it, or some companies might tell you, no, that's not correct. I do think you should rotate companies, maybe after 3 or 4 years, move to a new company. Not because you don't want to be there or something like that. You just want to learn how other people work. Like maybe one thing that you don't like at this company, or that you really like in the company, you realize there's a better way to do it at a different company, and you can implement it in the new company if it's something that you know how to do better, or you can take that into consideration. So it's actually good for you to switch jobs once in a while. There's nothing wrong with staying with a company for a long time. I've worked with 3 different companies. The first company I worked with, it was my first job as a structural. So we would come with a project. They would tell us what they wanted, and then my boss, who was very knowledgeable, he would explain all the stuff, all the codes and all that stuff, and then I would read, and then I would start designing and trying to learn on my own. Then the second company, they wouldn't tell you anything. They wouldn't give you advice or anything. But one thing that they had a lot of go-bys with calculations, solutions, and they had really good references. So I think that was probably my favorite way of learning in general. Because if I found a problem, in any project, I would look for a go-by, and I would look for the calculations, and then I would look for the code and where they had that. That was very cool. I had never worked with anyone that had that structure, and I really, really liked it. And the company that I'm working with right now, we don't have go-bys, and we don't have a lot of background at our current office. My boss is very knowledgeable, but I'm sorry, but he's not that great explaining. So the way I work here is more I have to figure out on my own. I just use go-by that I have on my own, search online, search in forums, ask other people, ask my boss. So this is more like a research intensive type of job, but it's been very, very good. So there's also something that you want to do. You want to get that different experience from working in different positions. And getting back to your first job, don't worry too much about money. I mean, it's awesome if you get a great salary, but be more preoccupied with who is gonna be your boss, what are you gonna be learning, because you could be working for a company making a lot of money, but what you are gonna be doing is not something that you're really interested, or it's just, I don't know, you like if you work for a big company, you might be just a cog in the machine, and you're not getting all the knowledge about this design that you should be getting. Some companies are like that. Like, for example, if you work for, I don't know, let's say Hilti, for example, maybe you're only doing anchor bolts and anchors and like fasteners and all that stuff, which there's nothing bad with that, but you're not learning like structural engineering per se. Like, you learn how to do that one thing, and you want to practice engineering. That engineering in itself is just problem solving. Like, that's the cool thing about engineering. Like, you don't really need to know anything, but you need to know how to solve problems. You need to know how to approach a problem, how to look for the resources, and get it done. So I would recommend looking for a job that like opens doors in whatever you want. So for example, if you want to do like more like in the marketing side, or like employment, how do you say it, like partner relationship, like with your clients, with your architects and stuff like that, then you should look for something that matches what aligns with your career goals long term. And again, don't worry that much about the money, worry more about the experience. I hope you guys like this video. I'm gonna try to do more career videos and maybe edit my videos a little more. They seem very not professional. I'm driving right now, or I should be doing this, but I mean, it is what it is. I hope you guys like my videos, and if you want to know more about something, if you have any questions, please let me know. And if you like this video, please subscribe. Have a good one.